Good morning, one and all. I am Dr. Balaji Singh, Professor of Forensic Medicine, ACS Medical College, and Chennai. Today's class is ATCOM. What is ATCOM? ATECOM. AT stands for attitude, E stands for ethics, COM stands for communication. Previously, it was not included in MBBS curriculum, but recently it is introduced by the National Medical Commission in the curriculum of MBBS students. MBBS students should develop a good attitude towards their course, towards the patients and their career. At the same time, they are already familiar with medical ethics in forensic medicine. The communication skills is very important for the student and for the medical practitioner. So the program of ATCOM is introduced by the NMC. It's a very important program. Even in student life, a student has to develop a good attitude, good communication skills, and he has to follow and familiar with the medical ethics. Then we'll go for what are the components of today's topic. Sir Albert Einstein, he said something about attitude. A weak attitude indicates a weak character. So we have to develop a good and strong attitude in our mind about our career, yourself, and the profession whatever you are doing. Then only you will become a successful man in your profession. In the student life itself, you have to develop a good attitude. Even after registering as a medical practitioner, you have to continue the same attitude, progressive, prosperous attitude for your development and good practice and service motto. What are the student levels attitudes? Being a student, you are in a position, the main aim of the student is learning. Learning from the teachers, learning from the patients, learning from the books. So he has to develop a good attitude of learning abilities. First of all, he has to develop a good orientation and dedication towards his course. What for he joined in MBBS course? What is the final aim? How to respect the course? How he has to involve in the profession during MBBS life and thereafter. A good orientation towards self. Attitude towards his classmates and teamwork. Attitude towards the institution where he is studying. The attitude towards his teachers, from the basic sciences to the final year subjects. All the teachers are equivalent. All the teachers are important for the learning procedure of the student. He has to develop such an attitude from each and every teacher. He has to learn something. He has to respect the teachers and their teaching abilities. Then finally, student has the attitude towards patients. Patients are a richest source of learning in his career. So that's why you have to respect the patient as well as the teachers and books. Then attitude of a medical practitioner. Once you registered your name in medical register, then you will become a RMP, registered medical practitioner. Then has to maintain the same attitude towards your profession and service motto, and a good attitude towards patient, a service motto, and your professional colleagues, that is called medical etiquette. You have good rapport with the patient's relations, and even professional colleagues. A healthy relationship, a cordial relationship will be maintained with all those persons. A attitude development, future development and research. Not only financial development, ethical development, and scientific development. Students is a learner. Even teacher also a learner. Students are learning at a different level, and teachers also learning at a different level. Both are learners. That's why if you entered into a medical profession, be as a lifelong learner. So, learning attitude you have to maintain throughout your life. But this 4 years, 4.5 years MBBS life is very, very crucial. In this 4.5 years, you are learning so many things, so many strange things, beginning from the basics of anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, and paramedicals, pathology, community medicine, and pharmacology. Then you are integrating all those subjects with clinical subjects like ENT, medicine, gynec, all those things, whatever the subject it may be. You are in a position to dedicated attitude and respected attitude towards your medical course and curriculum, syllabus, subject matters, and corresponding teachers and learning methods and evaluation methods. All these things you are in a position to respect and follow the methods. Attitude towards self. First of all, be confident, be positive. Being a learner, you have to learn, you have to memorize, you have to interpret, you have to aggregate, you have to recall and express the same subject matters whenever it is necessary, either in the wards or in the university examinations, either theory exam or oral exam. Be expressive, whatever you learnt. Self-assessment and realization. What is your capacities? What is your deficiencies? What is your capabilities? All of have a look, have a insight over your capabilities so that you can better rectify your deficiencies. No person is complete man. No book is complete book. So, don't worry. Each and every persons, they are having their own deficiencies and lacunae. The same thing. No book is complete book. Whatever the book you are reading, read sincerely, try to understand and memorize and express the answers either in theory exam or oral exam. Self-motivation attitude. Sixth point, never give up practicing learning. The three things are very, very must important for your learning capabilities. First one is the book or any literature from either from book or notebooks or notes or PDF format or any internet literature. Whatever you are reading, that is very, very prime important. You have to fortify this information with by practical demos or by examining patients or any other videos or anything. These two things are facilitated by the teacher. Whenever you got some doubt, you can discuss with your senior colleagues, even with your classmates. If it is not satisfactory, you may directly you can contact the teacher. So this is a triangle of learning. Coming to the attitude towards the facilities, infrastructures, what are the equipments, like this. Never worry about deficiencies. Just ignore whatever the facilities available in your private medical college. You are so and so better than so many other medical colleges. Proper utilization of all resources, whatever are available in your medical college. You may criticize the teachers, it is not a wrong, but never give up learning from teachers. Anyhow, teachers are having better experience than you. They are more experienced in subject matters. So try to learn something subject matters from the any even worse teacher. So it is your duty to extract something even from a worse teacher. Fourth point, when the knowledge will become wisdom. Knowledge and experience is equal to wisdom. Teacher will add his experience to your knowledge or book knowledge. Then it will convert into wisdom. A direct or personal experience of wisdom is not necessary in all the matters. The teachers or seniors, they will share their experiences, or sometimes the patients are sharing their experience in subject matters. That is enough for you. You need not to feel what is the pain of knee or pain of some severe heart problem. Just learn from patients. They will express their pain so that you can gain some knowledge of pain. That is wisdom. The fifth point, attitude to use critical thinking, reasoning in subject matters so that you can better recognize the subject matters. Memory involves triple R. First one is the recognition, the second one is recording, the third R is recall. First you have to recognize the subject matters. The sixth one, simplify difficult tasks and you make a simplest notes so that you can make a better memory. It will useful for you for the recollecting in before examination. In your overnight you have to review the entire textbook. In such a case, if your notes are very teaching notes or writing notes are very well useful for you for reviewing the entire important topics overnight before examination. Seventh one, expansion of academically important topics which are given very minute importance in textbooks. For example, paternalism is very important, but it is given very a small paragraph in textbook of forensic medicine. It is academically important topic so that you can expand it. If necessary, you can go for literature search. You make your own notes, point by point, explanations, illustrations, diagrams, figures. Will make you better understanding. You get good marks in the examination. Eighth one, never hesitate to invite your classmates or seniors or teachers for academic discussion. Even never hesitate to ask a basic questions to your teacher. Sometimes teacher may be irritable, but finally the teacher will convinced for your enthusiasm. He will answer you. Definitely. I am guaranteed. You have to face the anger of the teacher, but the final result will be good. Ninth one, follow simple steps for learning. First starts with easy things and go for difficult one. First starts learning with the known items, then go for unknown items. This is a simple norm or slogan is easy to difficult and known to unknown. This was taught in uh, college colleges of Bachelor of Education, B.Ed. This is the principle we have to follow. Don't start any topic with difficult tasks. Start with the easy one and gradually, after gaining some confidence and maturity, then go for a difficult one. Same thing, known to unknown. While knowing about unknown God, you start with knowing about known devil or known God. Then we'll go for unknown devil or God. One saying is there, known devil is better than unknown God. So starts always with the known devil. 10th one, good expensive, sorry, good expressive attitude. Expressive or communication. You have to communicate with your teacher in theory exam, in writing, in oral examination, in verbal answering. So good expressive attitude you have to develop. Sit in front of the mirror or use your mobile phone. Whatever you learnt, you record yourself by verbal talking or explanations. Same thing you can hear yourself. Then only you can rectify the deficiencies of your speech. Don't think simply, I know everything. But every man may have some deficiencies. You have to do several attempts for the perfection. This is the way of learning and attitude towards learning. Coming to the next topic, that is communication skills. Communication skills is the key for the success. There are the 5 elements in communication skills: active listening, empathy, straight and clear talk, non-verbal communication, and emotional balance or emotional speech, adding some emotion to your speech. First, coming to the active listening. What are the elements of active listening? Ask open-ended questions, that is, which demands elaborate answers. Request for clarification if the question is not clear, then if it is not. But these are all possible in interpersonal communication. But mass communication, it is somewhat difficult. But you can make a notes of your doubts, and at the end of the session, at the end of the class, you can ask this, you can implement in your class. But it is very effective in interpersonal communication or small group discussions. That's why in National Medical Commission encouraging small group learning. All this possible in small group discussions. Request clarification if you are not clear. Be attentive while listening. Summarize what you listened. Paraphrases. We'll discuss about what is paraphrases. Reflect feelings in by face or whatever, by hand, body language, whatever. You reflect the feelings while listening. Be attuned to feelings. You react according to the listening. Ask probing questions for better clarification. All these points we will discuss in the next slides. What is open-ended questions? The answer for the open-ended questions is elaborate, not simply yes or no. Paraphrases. Paraphrases is a listener's expression, the meaning of the word. For example, I am saying enthusiasm. Immediately the listener said, what you said? Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm means some curiosity. Some alternate words is used by the listener for better clarification. Next, probing questions are designed to deepen the knowledge and understanding of the subject matters. Coming to the empathy. What is empathy? Empathy is the capacity to understand or feel what another person is experiencing from within their name of reference. Empathy means is a understanding and feeling of others' mind setup and emotions of other person. Or empathy is a capacity to place oneself in another's position. Straight talk. The third one is clear, clear cut and effective direct talk. Fourth one is non-verbal communication, either body language or facial expressions or your dress or ornaments, whatever it may be, or circumstances, all these communicate non-verbally. Non-verbal communications are 55% will communicate. Non-verbal communications are 55% transmit the information. Types of non-verbal communications, even pause, giving some pause in your speech, having some meaning. Adding some silent to your listening or in between having some meaning. Even a smile or laughter. What is the difference between smile and laughter? Yes, there is a social smile. Or the people that laugh at you. This is the usage of the words. So the laughter, even sometimes it is a sarcastic laugh or cruel laugh. Even laugh always not pleasant. Sometimes it indicates the cruelty of the person or sarcastic laugh. So sort of lot of meanings of the laugh. So always laughter is not safe. It is a double-edged sword. You have to use cautiously. Then vocalizations, sounds like sighs, whines, throat clearing, or everything is gives some meaning. Non-verbal communications are kinesics, that is body motion or body language. Body language, body movements are called as kinesics. Haptics. Haptics are touch. A touch of compassion, touch of love, touch of hatred. So haptics. Physical appearance. What is your appearance? Either body appearance or facial appearance. Artifacts are ornaments. It also gives some information. Paralanguage. Paralanguage we will discuss in later classes. Silence. Even silence of the audience or silence of the speaker will communicate something. Environment or circumstantial evidences will give some information. Proxemics are personal space. Chronemics are time or timing of speech. Paralanguage. Paralanguage are a change in pitch of the voice. Same word you can use in a different meaning. Did you got? One time. Did you got? Another type. Did you got something? Another type. Same word you are expressing in so many ways, so many pitch levels. So it will communicate different meaning. So variation in pitch will indicates some different meaning. So that is called paralanguage. Same word can be utilized to express different meanings. Hesitation noises, gestures, facial expressions, all those things are comes under paralanguage. Knowingly, unknowingly, all of us we are using these paralanguages. Proxemics is the study of human use of space and the effects in communication. Space, how much space you are using for communicating. that is proxemics. Chronemics is the role of time, timing. Jokes, comics are uh, this suspense thrillers. Timing is very, very important. Artifacts, clothes, accessories, jewelry, all those things will give some communication to you. Scene of communication, even scene or environment will give some information. For example, a festive mood scene or funeral or crime scene, a tranquil scene or scene of joy and celebration, or a scene of steady and peaceful learning, or even a circumstances, environment will give some communication, some information. Face is very expressive. This is God's gift. Even animals will communicate with their facial expressions and body language. What are the advantages of non-verbal communication? Non-verbal communications you can better control, you can express compliment instantly, or even in traffic you can communicate to a public instantly, or it is a non-verbal communication is a substitute for the verbal communication, that it will give a most effective instant effect immediately. Before coming a word, the face will change. Aid to verbal communication, it is a collaborative effect to your verbal speech. Sign or marks of identity, it will give a peculiar gestures and body language will the people will recognize your identity. In some movies, even a villain having a peculiar gestures, so it will give a identity for a peculiar mannerism is specific to a person. Colors as a powerful means of communication, we can add a powerful means. Non-verbal communication, that is body language, facial expressions are very, very important for better communication. Pictorial presentation, this is very important for the students, so that in addition to the writing, you have to add some pictures to your theory paper. You give some fortification of your communication. Arousing story, stronger response. Some facial expression will give a stronger response. You can better communicate your emotions by body language. Contradiction, restate or emphasize. For illiterates or animals, you can communicate better with non-verbal communications only. Then coming to the adding emotion to your speech. Emotions are 27 categories. They are neurophysiological changes. They are associated with your thoughts, feelings, mood, and personality. Moods, emotions are expressed consciously or subconsciously. With these many emotions, it is important to know how and when they can use. Even when it comes to a communication, we need to know how to use our emotions. Emotional speech. Most of the movies, we are better communication, better memory for with the emotional speech, either aggressive or compassion or provocative, whatever it may be. If you add something, your emotion to your speech, just like you are adding some masala to your curry. So, why emotions are important? It allows us to express ourselves. It gives others to better understanding and better attention. Or sometimes it may be a double-edged sword. Emotional speech may attract somebody, but some audience may be deviate. So it should be balanced. It the emotion can makes people to relate. All these things, 3 points, can come together. So you create opportunities for more people to listen to your speech. So you are adding emotion to your speech means you are adding some masala to your curry. What we are seeing in cinemas and entertainments. Thank you for patience listening. Next class we'll discuss about medical ethics. Thank you very much.